everyone, welcome back to the Oatmilk Lesbians. Okay,
Hey folks.
so we're gonna talk
We
about...
already had 2 podcast episodes before this.
Yeah, we had 2 podcast episodes before this. Just our usual yapping lah, okay? But yeah, today we're talking about our hike on Mount Kinabalu. Well, wait, someone commented in the last one. They were like, I hate to burst your bubble.
Or the 7.5 whatever.
The Pythagoras theorem one. Whoever said the Pythagoras. Hey, you didn't burst our bubble because we didn't fucking read your comment.
Actually, that's true. We didn't read it.
We didn't read it because we were already like hiking. We were like up there already. So by the time we reached to the Penalaban, the rest house, it only started playing after we reached.
Oh yeah.
The episode only played after we reached. We weren't even hiking. We were just like eating and getting ready for bed already. So by the time the episode, right, that episode 52, after that episode finished, we went to sleep around 7:30. We didn't even watch the episode. We didn't read the comments. We didn't do anything. And then we went straight up the next day and came back down.
Yeah, actually I did not go on any social media that day because I was just taking pictures with my phone. But I didn't even go on social media right until the second day we came to Kundasang. I was just too tired and too out of it. And like I couldn't update Instagram, and then like 2 people asked me if I'm alive.
No,
I wanted to update actually while we were hiking, but then I don't know, man. It's just like something about being in the hike and then you just locked in.
Yeah, no. And the thing is that because before you came down, right? So I FaceTime like Kat and Richie, and then they were like, we were wondering where you guys went. Like I was like, we were on fucking Mount Kinabalu. Where the fuck you guys think we were? Then they were like, I don't know. We would assume that you guys would have texted the group and said like, hey, we reached the peak when you guys reached the peak. I'm like, you expect us to do all of that when we're fighting for our lives?
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't even FaceTime your dad.
I couldn't FaceTime my dad. I was supposed to FaceTime my dad. I told him like, oh, if there's line at the peak, then I will call you lah, and I'll video call you and everything. And I wanted to video call him, but then like, there was no line, 0 bars for me.
I didn't even check, man, because I was just like, I want to take picture of the peak and like the 100 ringgit and then like go up there and take picture with the placard thing. Yeah. And then that was it.
That was it.
We were on a time crunch on the second day. There was really no time to think and whatever. And when we rest, right, resting also you cannot like take it easy, you know, because we have to think about like going down the portal and then rearranging our bags, playing Tetris with our bags, and then putting the blister tapes on, and then ordering the fried rice, and then ordering the... It was a lot of things like, and then peeing, and then like taking our supplements, and then taking the BCAAs, and like taking all the things lah. There were many things to take lah. There's just too many things that was happening that we just had no time to be on social media.
Yeah. Oh my god, speaking of the fried rice.
Oh, the fried rice.
It was the most expensive fried rice ever. But you know what? I don't blame them because for the porters to carry up 10 kgs worth of rice on their back, 20 kgs, 30 kgs worth of rice on their back, right? It's a lot of work, okay? So, I mean, it is expensive and everything, but, you know, understandable. How much was it? It's 24 ringgit.
24, yeah.
24 ringgit per yong zhao cao fan.
And guess how much was Milo and tea?
Guess, give him a while.
16 ringgit, 15 ringgit. 1 cup!
Yeah, Milo and tea, bitch.
And it's not even the Milo that you make on the spot, it's the packet one. And my tea was like a sachet of tea.
Actually, you can earn quite a lot.
Yeah, you can.
Let's buy over the business.
No, for real. And you know what? The 15 ringgit thing, right? That's like how much a matcha costs on the ground in KL. In KL, by the way.
Yeah.
That's insane.
16 ringgit for Milo, are you kidding me?
Yeah, 16
You know,
ringgit
in
for Milo.
Subang Jaya, I'm not going to mention what cafe it is. Iced oat milk latte is 17 ringgit. Like, I paid that amount for a fucking sachet Milo.
Yeah, real.
But you know what? Okay lah, give it to them now. You know what I mean? It's hard work, you know, porters and everything.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, even when we went to the room, we were just so out of it, man. Like, I really thought I had some time to go and like dilly-dally and maybe play my phone, but I knocked out.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, and I had
Knocked
like
out.
actually I didn't even want to do the other things like, you know, wash my face and everything because it was, first of all, it was very cold. Like the water was ice cold. It was like probably negative something because they don't have heaters. And then the second thing is like, I don't know, once we got in the room, we were just like, actually at the time when I was in the dining hall, I was already feeling like passing out, not gonna lie. Like I really wanted to go to bed immediately. Because I feel like that happens when you stop. When you stop, right, your body just stops being on that go
Like the
mode.
adrenaline thing.
Yeah,
lah.
then you immediately feel sleepy. So I really like, I just passed out. I just like drank the BCAs, I drank the Viatrils, the whatever fucking supplements there is, and then I just passed the fuck out.
Yeah.
That was it.
It was a great sleep though. I
It
would
was
say
so good,
it was
yeah.
such a deep sleep. Slept at 7:30, woke up at 1:30.
Now that, by the way, now that, I wanted to tell you something actually.
What?
I mean, we can bleep this out or like leave it here. Do you know like when, I don't know whether I was hallucinating or what, but like when we were sleeping, right? I don't know if that woman moved on top to my bunk.
Oh, she didn't.
Because my bunk was moving the whole time up there.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Girl,
I didn't open my eyes. Yeah, I swear. And I thought, oh, maybe
Damn.
she moved over, so I ignored it. But I know that it's weird there sometimes, but I just ignored it. And I wanted to talk to you about it like after we got down.
Yeah.
And then I forgot about it. But now I remembered.
Shit.
She didn't, right? She was at the other side.
She's
right?
at the other side.
The top of my bed kept moving.
Really?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So I thought she was there.
Actually, I was surprised that the two of them slept upstairs and below. I would have thought all of us would have taken the lower bunk.
Yeah, I thought so too. And I heard something drop. But I don't know whether it's like real or not. I did not open my eyes the whole time when any of this happened, by the way.
Wait, when was this? What time was this?
At night.
When we were going to sleep?
Yes. No. When we were sleeping already. I think it was probably around 10 o'clock.
Huh?
Everyone was so it was not from other people because everyone was asleep already. It woke me up, but I didn't open my eyes.
Damn.
Because I don't know, like, okay, like all these kind of things. I know they say when these kind of things happen, you just ignore it. So I thought she moved. Then I wanted to see, like, I wanted to check with you, like, whether or not she moved.
Oh.
But then in my head, I was thinking, logically, that doesn't really make any sense, right? Why would she move on top of my bunk?
Yeah, because she already has a top bunk there.
Yeah.
At most, she would move to the bunk down there.
Yeah, and something really heavy fell down, like a bottle. But that one, I don't know if it's real or not.
I had a bottle on my bed.
Or maybe it was your bottle.
Maybe it was that, yeah.
Okay.
But what the fuck?
But the top bunk thing, that one was like... But then I was also too tired to freak out. So I just assumed that was reality. So I was like, okay, then I woke up the next morning, forgot about it. And then afterwards, I was like, okay, I'll talk to her like about it later. Because I didn't want to address like these kind of things.
Yeah, not while we're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, then afterwards we climbed the summit and the summit was great. Actually, we skipped a lot of parts. Let's rewind.
Okay,
Okay,
first.
why did we do this? Nobody challenged us to do this. We just simply...
Didn't we already address this in the previous episode?
Oh, we did? Oh, okay.
Okay,
we
addressed
addressed,
it. Okay. Then what do we address?
So we were really lucky because actually like we were delaying this trip for like quite some time, and then so happened on the day we went, it was like the hottest of the week. And then we had clear skies, we had like great weather all the way ascend. I mean, it rained momentarily, but I'd rather it rain coming down all the way than going up all the way.
Actually, why?
Why?
You mean to the peak as well, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah, I wouldn't want it to rain on the day of the peak. I would cry. But yeah, it was great. So we had a great hike. Actually, it was quite an enjoyable hike because like there were so many things to see. Like people were so right when they say like, oh, when you climb Kinabalu, like every 1 km is a different view. My favorite one was the one where we were like in the sort of suspended area, and then there was the...
Oh, that was so pretty.
Remember that part, right?
Yeah.
That was so pretty. That was the best part of the hike. It was like when we were like... And I really felt like we were already up there. But we weren't even up there. But we were like literally almost on top of clouds. But we could see all the trees like at a very high level. And then we were just looking down at it, and then it was like the clouds were moving past the trees, and it was so nice.
So pretty. I like the peak though. I mean, not the peak, but like...
That area, right?
Yeah.
That area was really nice.
It just feels so like... Everything is just so big.
Yeah.
Like everything was just so wide, because when you look at it in photos, you're just like, it cannot match up.
Yeah,
it cannot match up as to how wide everything was. And the thing is that we're such tiny fucking human beings, right? So when you look around you, it looks like all just land, but can you imagine it's actually a mountain where it goes like this? You know what I mean? But when you look all around you, everything just looks like flat. I mean, it's not flat, obviously inclined, but flat incline. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So can you imagine how big the mountain is. That was crazy.
That was insane, yeah.
It was so nice.
We were just like, the whole time, like, it just,
Yeah,
the
we just
mouth
like,
kept
oh
getting
my
bigger.
god. We were just like, the whole time we just kept saying, oh my god, that's so beautiful. Oh my god, look at this.
Yeah.
Oh my god, look at that view. I tell you.
I think only from the 4th to 5th km, that was when I don't remember shit, because like I remember we were playing that game. And then like I low-key just didn't really remember much of what happened, because we were just like talking about the game, and then I think after some time the terrain just started looking the same, so we just didn't really bother until the part where it got like super rocky, the last 500 meters thing, where it was like rocks all the way, and then yeah lor. But then other than that, actually it was very beautiful, like the hike.
Yeah.
And we met like, okay, I think you all know, we saw like some, did we address this in the last? No, we didn't. We saw like somebody come down with a stretcher with a neck brace and blue lips.
Yeah.
Within 2 km of the hike, so that was fucking scary.
Dude, that was when the hike just started also, okay?
Yeah, it just started.
It just started. I don't think we even hit 2 km. I don't even think we hit 1 km because we haven't even hit one rest stop yet.
Oh yeah,
it was less than 1 km in. We saw somebody on a stretcher.
It came out on the newspaper if you all want to read. But that was scary.
That was scary to look at.
Yeah, it was. And it was like...
I wonder where that person fell though.
In the summit.
Of course it's the summit lah.
Yeah, it's the summit area.
Girl.
I don't know if this person managed to go to the summit, or it was like the area, the gully place. But yeah, apparently that's where it happened.
Shit.
So yeah, that was so fucked up to see. But we went on, obviously. And then we saw a lot of like Korean ajumas and ajushis, like so nonchalant about it.
I wonder how fast they have to climb down, because remember when we were going up, it was only like 10 or 11. They were already like almost reaching down there.
Yeah.
I don't know how they managed to do that.
I don't know how, and they were like super old and so chill about it. I don't know.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Girl, good morning.
And they'd be like, annyeonghaseyo, like, oh my god, we just woke up. But yeah, like I think maybe they stayed there 3 days, 2 nights.
Oh, perhaps also.
Yeah.
That could have been a thing. Yeah.
Or maybe they were just really fast. But they were really old. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. But y'all, and then I remember there was this one time, this group of Chinese men like came to us and they told us to like look after our joints because it's apparently gonna hurt the most. They were so correct for that. Because it hurt the most for me personally, because like when we recovered and everything, I still felt like my ankles were the longest to recover, even though my muscles had recovered. Even my knees recovered already, but my ankles took the longest to recover. I would say my ankles took 1 week to recover. Yeah, so
Shit.
muscles alone, it was just 4 days. But then ankles, it was like 1 week. So the impact was the hardest for me there.
Mine was the muscles that took the longest.
The muscles
My
that took
joints,
the longest.
like remember I told you like my joint here.
Uh-huh.
That one was the most painful. Obviously the ankle painful also because whenever I step, I'll accidentally like, oop.
Oh
like
yeah,
this.
yeah.
So that one is fine. But this joint, I think it took 4 days, like your muscles, but my muscles took 1 week.
So it's like switched.
Yeah, switch.
What the fuck?
My muscles always take the longest to recover.
Oh.
My muscles take very long to recover usually.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so anyway, as I was saying, the ajushi and ajumas came down. And then, yeah, so what else happened during the hike? Oh, the funny thing is, right, she ate all her food by the time it was lunchtime.
Yeah,
And she did not know it was for lunch.
I didn't know it was for lunch.
So
I
funny.
mean, I knew it was for lunch. I thought we were supposed to eat it while we were going up. So like every rest stop, I just kept taking something out to eat. Then by the time we reached up there, I only had an apple left.
Real.
Then I was like, I'm still hungry.
What the fuck?
I was like, I'm still hungry. And the
Yeah.
sad thing is that the only other thing they gave was like Snickers and some Oreos. And I
yeah,
had
yeah.
two like big Oreos with me, and I had like a bunch of like chewy candy, and I had a bunch of sweet stuff, and I was really craving something like savory, and there was nothing savory, it was just an apple.
Yeah.
It's a little sad.
You know, the funny part is like throughout the entire hike, she kept asking me, do you want to eat? Do you want to eat? Then I'm like, why is she asking me that?
I didn't
Then
know.
turns out the whole time we understood that package differently. For her it was snackies, and for me it was lunch. So yeah, but then yeah, actually I think like one thing we agreed that is like it's better to bring more savory stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because we had so many sweet things. I was also very jelak at one point. By the time I ate the sandwich, it was like so good, because like the other things was like what, the energy gels which you hated, the one that I ate. You didn't even eat it, but you said the smell sucks.
Yeah, it smells like shit.
It didn't taste like shit. It tastes like salted caramel. Maybe it smells like shit. It
smells terrible. Continue.
Yeah, that, and then the Snickers, and then the apple.
Oreos.
Oreos, yeah,
Oreos as well.
Yeah, the only thing that was savory that was a snack was the fish sticks that we bought.
Yeah. That was the only savory thing.
That was the only savory thing, except then lunch lor. But other than that, we didn't even have any savory things at hand because everything was sweet.
Yeah.
And my logic at the time when I bought all these things was like...
Glucose.
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 Because everyone keeps saying glucose, 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 but shit! Glucose makes you feel like shit at some point.
Glucose, I think it's gotta be. But then glucose also is... But then the thing about glucose is that because glucose enters your system the fastest.
Oh, that's
true. So if let's
true.
say you get dizzy, you must have something sweet. You cannot like have carbs. I mean, you can, but it takes longer to enter your system. So that's why we got too much glucose and not enough carbs.
Yeah, too much glucose, dude. But
yeah.
The other surprising thing was like, okay, I don't know about you, but I didn't consume water as much.
Oh, same. Because it wasn't hot.
Yeah, it wasn't hot.
And so we didn't sweat so much also. I barely drank.
Yeah, me too. I was very surprised by that because like even when we hiked the mountain in Negeri Sembilan, I drank shit tons of water. I thought I was gonna be out of it by the time we reached the guest house. And surprisingly, I even had enough left at the rest house because I didn't even sweat that much. So because it was so cold and then you don't sweat much that you don't end up like needing as much water.
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
It was good also because even though it was cold, it wasn't dry cold. It was humid.
Yes.
So I think that also helped.
Yeah. And we didn't consume any ORS.
Yeah, I bought 10 packs because I was so scared. I didn't drink any of it.
We did not consume any like salt, any rehydration things, like nothing. It was purely water and we didn't even need it that much. And the night before we were talking to Amanda's husband and then he said he only brought 1 liter up and I thought that was so unbelievable at first, but actually he had a fucking point.
Yeah.
Because like you don't need that much water to go up and then at the same time there was that water filler up there.
Yeah.
So actually water is not that big of a deal going up. I think that's one thing I wish I knew because everyone keeps saying you need a lot of water, you need rehydration, which is true lah. Maybe it depends on the individual, but for me as a person who consumes a lot of water, I was surprised to find out that you don't actually need that much water.
Correct.
Yeah.
Water aside, bring more savory stuff.
Bring more savory stuff.
Okay, the thing is that I did plan to bring savory stuff, which is why I bought the rice crackers.
And it ended up being sweet!
Yeah, it turned out being sweet rice crackers. So I thought there was the one savory thing that we were gonna have. But no, we were fucking fooled.
What was the other advice people was giving us? Okay, I don't remember already. I lost my train of thought, right?
I didn't listen to anyone's advice, honestly.
There was too many advice lah, to be honest. And I feel like nothing can ever truly prepare you for the climb. Unless you've climbed it before. Like, no matter how much training you do or whatever, okay, it obviously will help lah to a certain extent. Don't go there without any training. Raw dogging this shit is like you can raw dog this shit but not too much. But like I feel like there's also like a lot of like noise around who like what people say and everything, and I think this is really the best time to pick and choose what you want to listen to.
No, actually don't listen to anyone. That's what I was practicing. Like I didn't care who was saying what, right? I just like mental health work only ma. I just like
we
tunnel vision.
Yeah. No, we literally had to gaslight ourselves the whole time also. I think one advice people won't tell you that you should take is you should gaslight yourself.
Yes, correct. You should gaslight. And it's not that you're gaslighting yourself also. But like I said, right, think of every situation that is so much more difficult. Would you rather be working or would you rather be at the peak of Mount Kinabalu? Think about that. That's why I kept saying actually easier than your job one.
Yeah.
Easier than your job.
No.
That helps.
That was our mantra going up the whole time. Everything is significantly easier. So it's like, how to say like I feel like when you keep like telling yourself that, like everything doesn't feel too hard anymore.
Right. Yeah.
Because I don't know if we addressed this in the previous episode, but then like prior to the climb, people were saying a bunch of shit to us about like, oh, this is gonna be damn hard, that's gonna be damn hard, you need to do this, you need to do that. And then it's like, it's always coming from the people who never climbed Mount Kinabalu before. But the people who have actually climbed Mount Kinabalu...
They always say you can do it one.
Yeah.
Really?
All of them said that you can do it.
Yeah.
And I genuinely also think everybody can do it.
Yeah.
Like, I think like I feel like also how to say I get why they say like irrespective of your fitness level you can do it, because like it's a clear path and you have accommodation to stay at. So you have a lot of things taken care for you. You just need to focus on going up and going down.
Yeah.
Which is why I think it's very doable for everyone. I feel like if you want to go on like an excursion that requires you to camp and everything on your own, maybe don't do that first. But if there's something where everything is provided for you, it's 100% everybody can do it. So that's why like when people keep saying all this bullshit about like, oh, I couldn't do this, couldn't do that, I was just very like, you didn't even climb it. Why is it that everybody who has climbed it has said that it's possible?
Yeah.
I think it's only people who've done stuff who can only say that it's possible. But people who never done it, they are like, they just have
It's
such
because
a
they
mind
doubt
block
themselves lah.
Yeah. They have a mind block about it.
Yeah.
You know, and they just cannot do difficult things.
Yeah.
But you can.
Yeah.
Like, you literally can. And like, I feel like there's also been so many stories of people who like never train and they went up and they're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, if you want more insurance for yourself, you should do some training before that. But then again, also like, it should inspire you to know that a lot of things are possible. So, yeah lor.
I think, what was I going to say? I completely forgot.
Rest House was so great. The food was
The
fucking
food,
good.
I think also because we were starving and it was hot food and it was cold out. Like, I don't know what it was. I like the breakfast a lot though.
The breakfast was great,
I ate 6 sausages. Whoa, I love the sausages.
They were all great actually.
Yeah.
I wish we...
One thing I don't like.
What?
They didn't have salted butter.
Oh yeah,
all the butter is
situation.
unsalted. Yeah, so sad.
I wish we stood outside that balcony, but then at the time we were in the room, we just did not give a fuck.
Yeah, no.
We just couldn't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah, no, we were just like, we were tired. Because we were supposed to go back out to take photos and shit like that, right? But then we were just like, yeah, never mind now.
And also it was super cloudy, so it was really hard to get a good view because we wanted to wait for sunset, but we were like, do we really want to do sunset? Let's just go to bed.
Yeah, we were already sleepy.
Yeah, so that was so funny. Oh my god, speaking of which, right, during the sunset hike when I was going down, Randy was telling me that, oh, I'm so glad that there's a sunset right now because now it's more romantic for us.
Why are men like this?
I don't fucking know, but I was just like,
okay,
I'm trying to get out of this forest. Yeah.
First of all, Gung and the
Gung one is...
Gung and then now Randy.
I don't know, man. Men just be saying whatever.
Men just be saying shit. You all know what Randy, our mountain guide, said to us. He was like, okay, so today the 2 of you will be my mountain girlfriends. And he had to fucking say that to 2 lesbians. Like, I thought straight men were great at detecting who, like, you know, queer women. They're normally better at it, but some of them are just bad at it.
Yeah. I don't know how... Like, at least maybe think that we are together.
At least Gong thought that, you know?
Yeah, at least Gong thought that, yeah.
Gong is our surfing instructor, by the way. At least Gong thought that.
But
also, it was really annoying when he thought that. Actually, it's really annoying when anyone thinks that. But at least he thought that.
Yeah, at least he thought that.
Yeah! That's so... No, because remember when I was texting him, because I know you were going to be like a bit too like busy hiking, so I didn't text you. So that's why I got Randy's phone number and everything.
I didn't have Line anyway.
Yeah, so that's why I got Randy's phone number and everything. Then I was like, I told him lah, like, I'm going to like rush down to pick up the car and everything. And somehow because I told him like, you have my headlamp, so I really need to get down before the sun sets. If not, I have no headlamp lah.
Yeah.
So then he was like, okay, I will be sure to take care of Faye. And I'm like, thank you.
Ew, this is giving me the ick, man. No, I was seriously caught off guard when he said that to me.
Oh my god.
Because at first he was like, look at the sunset, and I was like, yeah, I'm looking. Then he's like, it's so nice, right? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, lebih romantic untuk kita. Then I'm like, what the fuck?
Then how did you reply?
I was like, I was alone in the forest with him. What am I supposed to do? Dude, I was like, oh my god, I'm here fighting for my life, and then all these men be saying shit. The same thing with Gung, you know. At the time of surfing, I was fighting for my life in the ocean. And then he's like, saying all whatever the fuck.
I think because to them, they really, really enjoy doing that shit. So they're like, it's nothing, it's so romantic. And then you're there like,
I'm like,
getting drowned, bitch slapped by the ocean.
yeah. I'll be like, and then he's like, other boyfriend, like, oh my god, I can't catch a fucking break, I swear. Like, and then I was like fucking dying already on the way down. And then I was like, I really looked like I was half dead. I really looked like a half corpse. And then he'd still be like, it's more romantic.
That's hilarious.
No, this is why when they say like men do not give a fuck. They just don't care. Like as long as you're a woman and like that works out. And even if you look like you're half dying, doesn't matter.
Anything that breathes and moves.
And I was probably disgusting as fuck because I did not shower.
Well, men have very terrible standards for hygiene, so it's fine.
That's true.
And remember when you talked about, I don't know if we can bleep this out.
Yeah, perhaps, yeah. But I really felt like I was super gross at the time. Like by the time I was like, when Randy was saying that to me, I was doused in sweat. I looked insane. Like you saw how I looked when I came down, right? I literally looked insane.
To be fair, I couldn't really see that you were doused in sweat because you were like really covered in a lot of layers.
Okay, true. But I know that I smelled bad. And I know I was just overall insane. I really looked like I spent 1 week in the jungle. And the thing he
I couldn't
still
smell
say,
you lah.
oh,
I think because you used the deodorant, so you're fine.
okay, perhaps, yeah.
Yeah. You didn't smell bad, don't worry.
No wonder he'd be like, oh, it's romantic in the woods. They'd be insane.
Man.
Okay, anyway, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, the rest house. Rest house was great. And then the whole, bunk situation thing aside, overall it was a great time.
Yeah, it was
and
fun.
Then she gave me her BCAs at night, and then my fucking dumbass was like, oh my god, that was so fucking funny. So we decided to take that, right? And then you gave it to me, and then there was a whole debate about whether I should take it or not. And then I was like deciding whether to take it or not. And then when I managed to open a bit, I was like, that looks like a bit of a small hole. Maybe I should open more. And guess what? It fucking blew up all of my pillow. And the whole pillow smells like BCAs the whole night. I was BCAs. So and then
Maybe that was what was giving you the hallucinations.
Maybe I was getting hallucinations.
Because you were snorting it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So then she cut open another pack for me. And then afterwards, it worked out great. And then actually, it didn't taste as bad as I thought it was going to be. But it was very strong. When I put it in my mouth, I was
because you're supposed to mix it with more water, actually. You just dump the whole thing. Because like normally when you drink BCAs, it's a few gulps. It's like, normally it's like this much water I put inside and I mix and then I drink. So if you like legit, the powder is like this only and you take it one shot, like this amount is becoming to this amount for you, Of course it won't taste strong.
Yeah, it really tastes like wasabi, I could feel it in my nasal.
Really?
Yeah, it was very strong. I really thought I was going to sneeze. But I think it was a nasal thing. I don't know what the fuck happened. But then I drank it and actually, I think it worked because when I went to the summit, I wasn't as terrible.
It really helps. BCAs, I tell you, like when you take BCAs after like, okay, so for me when I work out, right, my muscles will take 3 days to recover, 3-4 days to recover. Normally it takes that long. But after 1 week of taking BCAs, right, I stopped taking BCAs, by the way, because it tastes like shit. Anyway, after 1 week of taking BCAs, I realized, right, I feel no soreness at all after my workouts. It really helps.
Yeah.
So you guys should take BCAs at least 1 week before you hike. And I should have done that too.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, I think it was really good because it helped me to the summit. As in like, I don't know whether it's because like going up was easier than coming down. But I didn't feel like going up was terrible. It was terrible. We took like 10 seconds break every time.
Yeah,
but
at the peak.
I would still say it does not compare to the pain of coming down. The pain of
coming down is really
another level of
pain. Level.
Dude.
Because,
don't even get me started. My ankles.
You need to strategize a lot.
Yeah.
And at one point, I was so fucking tired of going slow. I didn't even care where I was stepping. I was just looking, okay, there's a rock here, I could probably step here. And I started da-da-da-da-da, and then I would like fuck my ankle up on the way. But I would be like, never mind, next one. Da-da-da-da. Okay, fuck my ankle up. Okay, never mind, next one. So it was like I had to choose between my ankle because it was my right ankle and then it was my left joint here. Like, y'all can't see under this. It was my left joint here, beside your backpack, right? So my left joint might have problem already, right? So then I try to use my right leg more. So that will fuck up my right ankle. But when my right ankle gets too fucked up, then I start using my left leg more, which fucks up this one. Then when it gets too painful, I have to swap back here and fuck up this ankle.
Yeah.
Going back and forth, choosing which one to fuck up first.
Dude, that was me as fuck too, like climbing down the stairs.
And the toes.
And the toes.
The toes.
Dude, the toes was so fucked up, man.
Toes.
And turns out we weren't the only one facing this problem because the people who were coming down from the summit at the
My
time...
toe is still blue-black, by the way.
Huh?
It's still blue-black. It's been 2 weeks.
Oh my fucking god.
It's still bruised. Yeah, continue.
The people who were coming down on the summit with us, they also said their toes hurt the most, not even their legs. Which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I think really all these weird points. But okay, anyway, going up to the summit was actually really fun. Definitely the best part of the hike.
I love the summit one. The summit hike was so fun because you get to grab on ropes and you climb. For me, right, I love using my whole body to climb.
Yeah.
I would okay, one thing that pissed me off when we were going to the peak is that for me, I don't like holding on to the rope because I tried it in Gunung Datuk, remember? And I fell on my back because I know how the ropes are like normally loose, and if it's not loose, if somebody else is pulling it in the opposite direction, I'll fly with them because I'm a very light person. I'm like 45 kgs only. So that's why I don't like the rope. So that's why every time it was an incline and there was a rope and it was just rocks, people will normally use the rope to hike. But for me, I will take off my gloves and then I will like legit go on all fours and climb up. And this is one fucking man. It's always a man, right? It's always a fucking man. Once this one fucking man said to me, he was like, grab the rope. I was like, I don't want to. Then he was like, you're gonna fall, you're gonna hurt yourself. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna grab the rope. I don't want to grab the rope. Then he was like, you better be careful. Then what the fuck lah? Who knows my body the best? Me, right? Who knows fucking hell, I got so fucking mad because I'm like, if you cannot climb on all fours, that's your problem. If you have no upper body strength, that's your problem, right? If I say I have upper body strength and I feel better when I get to grip onto something because my hands, right? If my legs slip, my hands can grab onto the rocks. I know my grip is strong.
Yeah, but the rope is memang very insecure though.
Right? We tried it, right?
Yeah, we tried it.
I almost made you fall.
Yeah. Dude, even when we came down and everything, we had to be super careful with the rope. It's really hard to... No, because like when one person moves, everyone is like... It's so fucked up because you are like... There's no control because it is powerful enough to drag your entire body along with the whole... whatever movement that is happening above you. So that's why like the rope also, I wasn't really like trusting of it until we reached the gully area. Because the gully area is like, it's more stable, right? There's less of the rock situation going on. And then so like that was when we started grabbing onto the rope a lot more. But still, we didn't even use the rope that much, to be honest. It was mostly us trying to just go up because at one point you could actually just go up with your legs. You don't need to use the rope anymore. It was only that one steep area where you definitely need the rope or you need your hands. So yeah, that situation was fucked up. Oh my god, actually did I tell you? I think I told you right on the hike, there was this one man who pissed me off. It's always a fucking man.
It's always a man.
Piss us off, This man, okay, I think he was a porter or a guide or whatever the fuck he was. So I asked him, how long more to the summit? You can just tell me how long more lah. And then you know what he said to me? If you run, obviously you can reach in 30 minutes. But if you take your time, you take 2-3 hours lah. And he was singing in like a tone like this to me. And I'm like, I literally looked at him and I looked so fucking tired. And my face was literally like, what the fuck when he said that? Because I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? I literally like came all the way from downstairs. I'm trying to go up. The least you can fucking do is just be nice. Or like at least just say you can do it. Or just say like, it just takes half an hour more or some shit. Why you have to give me that fucking tone, huh? So he gave me that tone and then I was so mad. Eventually we actually made it in like 30 minutes lah. So like, and we didn't even run. But he said if we run, we can make it in 30 minutes. We didn't even run, we walked and we made it in 30 minutes. So
we walked slowly.
We walked very slowly to the point we didn't even get altitude sickness. So he said that shit to me and then I was mad at him. Then I think he felt bad afterwards. He was like, but you can do it. Then he walked down. But I know he only said it because my face looked pissed at him.
The thing is that everybody says you shouldn't run up. You should go slow. You're supposed to go slow.
Yeah, you are supposed to go slow. And also, I think we are the only 2 people who didn't get AMS up there. Because a lot of people that we passed by, they all said they felt like the air was thin up there, but we both didn't feel like there was a difference.
Yeah, I couldn't feel also. Maybe because we also took the pills and also we went slower.
Yeah. Yeah, so both of us didn't feel the air was thinner up there. And yeah, likely it could be for these two reasons, the slowing thing and the pills thing. We took the pills like 48 hours before the hike.
Pills were shit, by the way. They were the worst.
They were the worst pills ever, man.
And they dissolve really fast. The minute you touch water, they dissolve. They cannot. It's not the kind where you swallow and then it swallows whole. You know, you put it in your mouth, right? You touch a bit of water, it starts dissolving already.
And then you cannot. And oh my god! And then it leaves such a bad aftertaste in your mouth. It's like Panadol but worse.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the whole situation with the fucking like astazolamide thing. And what else? Okay, our summit was so great, and then we both agreed that actually going up all the way to the summit
pointless.
Ain't shit.
It's a dick swinging competition.
For reals.
Cause like you go up there and then there's, I think the best part is the what is that? The Lowe's Peak. Lowe's Peak is the best part.
Lowe's Peak is the best part. Yeah.
You reach Lowe's Peak, you go back down already lah. Don't need to go all the way up lah.
Yeah, no, and also right, like. I don't know, when you go up there, there's a queue. I mean, there wasn't much of a queue when we were there, but like, it's a small ass rock, and then it's so much effort to go all the way back down. And like, the view from the gully area was significantly nicer, actually. I mean, okay lah, the summit, you're on top, you can see everything, but then it's not like, I don't know, when we were at that area, when we were first at the area with the 100 ringgit and everything, it was so magnificent. Like, I just could not believe my eyes.
The other magnificent part was on the way to the peak.
Oh,
remember?
yes.
And we sat there and we saw the sun.
There was this one area, I don't even know what it's called, but we took photos of the area, and like, basically, you can look at the mountain all the way at the bottom, and then the surrounding mountains at the side, and it just looks
so fucking.
It just looks too good, man.
Beautiful, fucking. It's like the shit that you see in cinematic movies, you know. In like, it's the kind of movies that is like where they have like characters with magic. The entire hike, right? Even in the forest all the way up, it feels like okay. For me, the forest, right? It feels like some Narnia shit. Some Narnia shit combined with like you know those movies with characters with like magic and elves and shit like that at the top,
like The Hobbit, right?
Yeah, at the top when we sat there and we look at the mountain, the going all the way down in the mountain surrounding, that one felt like some really like I've never watched what's that called, the dragons one. What's a dragon movie?
Oh, Game of Thrones.
I've never watched Game of Thrones, but if I would think Game of Thrones would feel like that.
Yeah, it was similar.
I would think Game of Thrones felt like that.
Yeah, honestly, sometimes when I look at my own photos, I'm just like, it still does not do justice.
It doesn't.
I think because it doesn't give you the feel of the vastness.
Yes, it doesn't. You have to go there and you see. Like, I would hike Mount Kinabalu again just to sit there.
Yeah, actually, I would hike to sit there. I wouldn't hike. Maybe if I had more money, I would do a 3 days 2 night hike. But then, like, actually just being on top of there,
I would just chill there.
Yeah, I literally want to cry.
The whole day. I would chill there the whole day.
That was the only time I wish a morning passed slower. Like, I really wanted it.
Yeah, I felt like it was too fast. We went down too fast.
Yeah.
But I think I would so go there again just to sit up there. It was so beautiful.
Yeah, something about being on top of a mountain.
And I feel like Annapurna is going to be fun because it's going to be, 8 days?
8 days, yeah.
8 days, so you get to take more time.
Yeah, we do. And every hike is just 6 hours.
Yeah, and then we get to like ha ha and just, you know, I would so...
Oh my god.
It was beautiful.
I felt like crying when I reached the top of the mountain.
It was so beautiful.
I think I'm going to cry again when I reach any peak of any mountains.
It was so beautiful.
Y'all, it's like... I don't know how to explain it, but you
have to
do it.
See it for yourself.
Yeah.
You have to see it. Like, I'm not a person who likes hiking, by the way. I hate hiking with all of my heart.
Me too, until recently.
I never saw the point in hiking. Even for the views, I'm always like, nah, who gives a shit about the views? I can see it from my window screen. Then we hike Gunung Datuk. I'm like, okay, it's nice, I get it, but I wouldn't put in so much effort to hike. But Mount Kinabalu, I would put in the effort to hike again, to sit up there. With more snackies this time.
Yeah.
More savory snackies this time. And to just sit there.
It was so good.
We should go up there and film an episode.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That would be great. Hey, can we hike without a mountain guide?
I don't know about that.
Because we know how to go up already, right? So for what we need a mountain guide? And also, part of it, guys, let me just say, the mountain guide was kind of pointless, to be honest. Because we would walk... Okay, when we started the hike, he was like, okay, you guys go first, I'm going to go get some food. Then we're like, the fuck we need the mountain guide for, right? Only for him to say, oh, you guys will be my girlfriend. Then we will reach, we'll reach the rest stop, and then he'll be like, oh, hey guys. And then after that, then we would leave first, and he's like, okay, you guys go first, slowly, so I can catch up with you. Then we go again, then he'll catch up with us, and then say hi again.
Even going down, I didn't go with him that much until it was dark. He just left my ass, and I just went myself. Only when it's dark he came, so at least he came when it mattered. But then it was quite nice because actually I heard them saying where you were too.
Yeah.
You can hear, right? Like they talk on the walkie-talkie and the phone.
They were saying where you were too. Like, cause okay, the reason.
Yeah.
Okay, the thing is that, right? Cause when the first 2 km to come down from the rest house is the rockiest, the hardest one, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to get over this lah. I run because I also want to smoke
Yeah.
I run without knowing I hit 2 km already. Okay, and then they were like, hey, Zoe, you're here. I just saw Faye, and I'm like, how the fuck did you see Faye from like 2 km away, but you see me here now? Like, how the fuck did you fucking run? Like, it's one of the mountain guides.
Oh, one of the mountain guides.
It's the one who helped us take photo.
Oh.
So I was like, how the hell he saw you? Then he saw me. And he knows exactly where you are without talking to anyone else. Like, without calling anyone else on the spot. And he was like, Faye is there, you just go lah. And I'm like, oh, but Randy has my headlamp. Then all of that, Then I was like, shit lah, that means I really have to run now lah. Because like, if not, I have no headlamp lah. You know, that kind of thing. But they know, you know.
Yeah,
but they had walkie-talkies and they knew where you heard where I was.
So like the walkie-talkie thing is like I found out about this when I was going down myself. And then okay, so right, what happened? Okay, let me talk about the whole 2 km thing first. So the first 2 km was so bad. I took 4 hours for 2 km because it was raining, and then I slept so many times, but every time it was on my ass, so thank goodness. And then I was like so fucked up lah. So by the time right we reached 4 km already, I was like, so then Randy told me this thing that scared my ass, obviously. He was like, I think we're gonna reach the gate at 11 p.m. Then I was like, fuck! I was like, that's not my fucking reality. Don't say that shit to me. So then afterwards, that was when I locked in, and then I sprinted for 1 km. Then I managed to reach like 3 km in 1 hour, in half an hour. Then the next kms all became like 45 minutes. But then right, throughout this whole time, before it became that and before the whole like it's romantic for us thing happened, he was like, I was left alone basically. And then I was alone lah. I mean, there were passerbys and everything. The nice thing about Kinabalu is that you'll never be alone because there's a lot of traffic in the mountain all the time. So you always run into somebody. So a lot of the guides and porters like pass by me, and every time they pass by me, I will hear like, "Oi, Randy!" Then they will update which stop I'm at.
Oh wow!
And then they will like also update him. Then he will like, I think he will ask a question back, and then they will also say that you are at that stop, like somebody else. I think it's a group chat or something like that.
Wait, how do they know?
Because they're all in the group chat and they all are everywhere, ma. Then they pass by us.
But then how do they know that we're both under Randy? Or is it they're like, oh, Randy only got 2 people?
I think that's how they recognize it. Yeah, because they know I belong to Randy. They know you belong to Randy.
Shit!
Yeah.
That is efficient.
That's efficient, right?
Whoa.
I think they all know everyone's whoever they are taking, yeah. Because every time they pass by someone, they are on that phone and then they say the person's name.
But they didn't do that with me though. Like when I passed by them, they didn't like, there was no walkie-talkie. They'd be like, hello.
Oh, but I heard your name. But they didn't
shit.
say your name lah. Only Randy said is your name. But they say perempuan lehe tattoo. So I know it's you. I heard it on the phone thing. Yeah. So I also knew where you were. Because they update on that phone.
Oh, fuck.
So I heard all of it. Yeah, so actually it's quite good because they communicate with each other. So folks don't get lost in the mountain. Yeah.
Whoa. That is crazy.
That's crazy, right? I was so surprised they knew all of us and they were like, some of them are porters I didn't even see.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, maybe Randy told them about our identities. Like he described your description. I don't know what he described for mine. But like, yeah, they just knew to update him every time.
Shit.
Yeah, so he just knew lah. I think, like when he caught up with me, it's also very timely all the time one. Because like, and then it will always be right after like his friends update him. So I'm like,
Damn.
Yeah.
I thought he was with you the whole time.
No, he's not. He was only with me when it became dark.
Oh.
And his thing is always like, okay, pergi dulu, saya nak makan roti.
Yeah, he's always
makan
fucking,
roti one.
he's always makan something.
Yeah, he's always eating something or taking some break somewhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was not with me the whole time. But thank goodness he was with me in the dark. But the dark thing, actually, I felt like it was significantly easier to hike, and I was a lot faster also because of the tunnel vision. And at the same time, it wasn't raining anymore. And also at the bottom, because at the bottom is more flat, right? So you can run for some parts. So it's a lot easier to hike at the last 3 km. Dude, I fucking hated the first 2 km. That was my fucking Roman
It's the dog.
That was my fucking Roman Empire. But anyway, yeah, the hike down, right, really locked in, I wish I took more videos, but then I was like, I really had to focus.
I didn't take any videos at all.
Same. Actually, I had no more videos after the summit.
Same.
Except that, like, one video of me, like, looking dead as hell. You know the video that we made?
Yeah.
Hi, my name is whatever.
This is me after hiking.
Yeah. So that was the only video lah, but other than that, it's like really don't have anything else anymore.
Are you
Hey, baby.
Why are you crying?
Yeah, and then like the next few days, so we were in Kundasang, and that was like the funniest shit ever.
Oh, I want to talk about the nap that I had in the car.
Oh, the nap that she had in the car.
That was the best nap ever. Oh, that was such a good nap.
Yeah.
But outside it was so cold, so like napping inside the car was like so warm and nice.
It was very cold.
You want my mom? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, continue Kundasang.
Yeah, Kundasang. And then, oh my god, driving there was fucking fucked up.
Girl, you know...
Dude, you know, right? When we drove there, like, it was so fucking confusing to get out of the HQ at first. And then I accidentally went to somebody's house. And then had to go back down.
Yeah.
And then we had to pump gas. And then we had to, like... Okay, and then the worst part about like driving in Kundasang, people say it's the potholes, but I disagree. I think it's the fact that there's no headlights.
No!
There's
no street lamps.
Yeah, street lamps. There's no street lamps. There's only the little cat eye thing on the floor, but you can barely see with that lah, come on. Okay, so it was like, it was very scary because it's like all dark and I'm just like, what the fuck? Where are we going? And the thing is, our Airbnb happened to be at like next to the golf course area, and that whole stretch of road is dark, and so you cannot see shit, and then it's uphill and all that nonsense lah. And you know the funny thing about driving in Kundasang is that, right, when you think you're in the middle of nowhere, suddenly a town appeared again. So it's like a town, middle of nowhere for a while, and then a town again, middle of nowhere for what? So you are just very confused, like where the hell are you going? But obviously that shows itself like during daytime, like you know how it looks like lah. Then, oh my god, when we went to the Airbnb, right, fuck man, you had to climb up the staircase. I was begging the dude to take my bag up for me because I couldn't do it and all that. And then I was like almost gonna cry when I had the packed lunch that we paid for.
Yeah,
in the fucking room.
Yeah, you were like, it feels like home cooked food. It feels like love.
I was like, it feels like someone cares about me.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was so funny. Then I ate that, and then afterwards we were like taking a shower and shit.
I had the best shit of my life.
Oh, the shit is... Okay.
No, because we didn't shit at all.
Yeah, we didn't shit at all. And you know the thing is, right, like, I don't know why, but everything just felt so good after that hike. Like, sleeping, eating, shitting, everything. Except the waking up part. Like, waking up is always the worst part because then you start feeling the pain in your legs all over fucking again. I told you this, right? I said that I had a dream that I was in my primary school and somebody was chasing me.
Yay!
And I couldn't run because my legs felt like fuck, even in my own dream. But y'all, you know, like, I thought, I was like, hey, actually not too bad lah. Like, you know, the next few days, your legs get worse.
No, I was like so gung-ho, you know. I was like, I am gangster as fuck. I don't feel any like muscular aches. Wow, next day. For 1 week.
Dude. And then when you think it's going to get better...
It doesn't.
It does not. It gets worse as the day goes. So we had to go to a cold plunge eventually to fix the legs situation. As I was saying, so then afterwards we were in Kundasang, and that was actually really fun because we just loitered around different farms in Kundasang.
It was so fun. We had the best camembert cheese.
It was so good. It was
really
genuinely
good.
so good.
Oh, you know I bought like the mature cheddar cheese for my dad. I asked him if it's good.
Oh yeah, how was it?
He was like, it's good.
Oh.
And my dad very hard to impress with food He likes it, you know. Oh, by the way, I found somebody who can buy us back the camembert.
Oh,
actually, Logan found somebody.
Oh,
so you know, Desa Dairy Farm. So basically, they actually have. Oh, You see, overeat lah, you overeat. Okay, so Desa Dairy Farm, they put their cheese and everything and milk across like multiple stores in Sabah, in Kota Kinabalu. So his friend goes back to Kota Kinabalu every month.
Oh.
So he said that like, oh, he's coming back soon. Like he's going to go there soon, and then he can buy some.
Oh my god, I would love that.
Yeah, then I was like, oh, can you buy extra? So then I was like,
yeah,
so we can get the camembert.
Oh my god, yeah, dude, it was so good. We were having the time of our lives with that. We were trying to do that while we were in Bali, but like our cheese just did not happen, lah. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah. We bought
it just did not happen. And when we were in the Desa Dairy Farm, we had the milk. The milk was so good. I kind of wish we still had it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll ask him to get one.
I tried to bring the milk back to where? To KL, and I did. By the time it came back to KL, it was already rotten.
Yeah, that was
And
so
I wanted
sad.
to use it to like make coffee and stuff like that.
Yeah, dude. I was like, that was great milk. And then the funny part is all the other hikers were also there at the farm.
Yeah, it was so funny.
It was like everybody decided like after the hike they're gonna be at the farm.
So
but valid.
Yeah,
There's
so
nothing
like
else to do.
when I was climbing up the stairs, the last part, they were so mean for putting stairs at the last part of the hike. By the way,
For real.
So when I was climbing up there was this one other dude who was like climbing up that one flight of stairs with me. Then when I sat down, he was like, congratulations, and I congratulated him as well. And then we started talking, and then he was like, half my life is gone. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, that's a weird ass thing to say to a random stranger, right? But if you think about it, like when you do all these kind of things, people do it for a reason.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, actually, I like doing these kind of things because it seems like everybody motivates everybody else, and everybody is always like, congratulations or good luck. They're always saying that to you, and it's just very wholesome. And like when he told me his age, because I asked him, how old are you, then he was like, I'm 40. Then I was like, you know what, that's still okay. What, you can still do a lot of things at your age, it's fine. So I actually quite enjoy this because like instead of like having random ass conversations with strangers, right, like know the typical stuff that you talk to with strangers, like it's actually things about this. Like you can kind of like understand and find out why people are doing this sort of thing. But anyway, point I'm saying is that dude was there.
Yeah, and when we were going up the whole time, remember we were like, oh, congrats on the summit, congrats on the summit.
Yeah.
When I was going down, people were like, congrats on the summit, same to me, and I was like, oh, so touched. And I feel like I just love the vibe because everyone, as you said, everyone was so encouraging. And it just makes you feel like you're in a community just like going up and down.
Yeah, so when I was coming down,
it.
right, one girl said congrats to me, but I couldn't hear her. Because right, I was wearing the hoodie over my head. So the hoodie is it's damn thick lah, so I cannot hear anything. So she said congrats to me 3 times. Then I was like, what? And congrats, I was like, oh my god, thank you so much, good luck. And then she was like, wow, you look like you're not tired. I'm like, I am. I really am. I just want to get down ASAP.
Oh my god. Yeah, dude, I don't mean to be mean, but like I feel like it's such a great feeling when you're going down and everyone is like, how long more?
Yeah. And I kept telling them, I'm like, actually I was honest with them, I'm not like you. The thing is that Faye will lie to them and be like, 5 minutes more. I'll be like, there's this one girl who asked me in Mandarin, she was like, oh, how long more? And then I was like, how long more to what? Then she was like, to the hostel. Then I'm like, long way, girl. I was like, very, very long. Keep going.
Oh my god. No, literally, when they were asking me, I was like, oh, it's very easy only. It's just...
Yeah, she will lie, I'm just honest, I'll be like, long way to go. But then there's this one person, so like they were like right below the one of the pondocks. But then they didn't know there was a pondok right there because it was like blocked by trees, so they were taking photos. And I asked, they were like, excuse me, how long more? I'm like, well, there's a pondok right above, you can rest there.
That's so funny. But yeah, I love the community in the hiking.
Yeah, hiking community is really great though.
Yeah, it's actually really great. Everyone is just so motivating. And I think this was like, the first time I noticed this was in Gunung Datuk actually.
Yeah, they all say good morning.
Yeah.
Almost there.
I don't see this in like Taman Tugu, all these other places. Like the Bukit one, you won't encounter these things. But when it comes to actual gunung, people will like motivate you. And they'll be like, oh yeah.
And they're very respectful. Like when you make way for them, they'll be like, oh my god, thank you so much.
Yeah.
They're like, wow, I like the community.
Yeah, they're very nice. Yeah. Yeah,
see, this is what happens when you touch grass,
Yeah, this is what happens when you touch grass.
You're a respectful person. You are a good person. You know what I mean?
Kundasang was so great.
Oh,
and then
we went to a strawberry farm. Okay, first of all, the strawberries
actually
were not even growing, so they were selling strawberries at a strawberry farm. So I was like, actually, if their strawberry farm does not have strawberries, then where the fuck are these strawberries from? I was like, what the hell? And also, it was so fucking expensive, you know. So one box, 18 ringgit. The girl who was selling it to me, she was like, oh, choose whichever you want. Then I was like, I don't know how to choose the sweetest one. Then I was like, choose for me. Then she said, okay, this one can and this one can. One of them had only 3 strawberries inside. The other one had 4. And I was like, I was
fucking for real right now.
I know. 18 bucks. And I straight up just told her, I was like, I want the one with more strawberries. And she gave me the one with 4 pieces inside. Then, oh my god, my camera is dying.
Okay.
Anyway, let me change the battery first. Yeah, it's rolling again. Okay, yeah. Strawberries. Second box of strawberries I bought, 50 ringgit. Actually, that was the first box of strawberries I bought, right? 50 ringgit. Okay, it was double the size. The box was double the size of the 18 ringgit one, right? Okay, I thought she was going to tell me 25 ringgit. Then she was like 50 ringgit. And I was like, okay lah, fine lah. I'm in Kundasang. I'll just try only lor.
Yeah.
Then we went back. I did the taste test. They both taste the same.
What the fuck? Oh yeah, I remember the taste testing.
Yeah.
I tasted it and it was not it for me lah. But y'all, like, I think the only farm that I really enjoyed was the cow farm.
Oh,
The alpaca farm was nice, but it was too pricey.
It was pricey and there wasn't much to do lah.
Yeah, it wasn't much to do. Like, alpacas were cute lah, but obviously, y'all, when you pay 20 ringgit as an entrance fee, you really expect it to be a farm.
But the actual farm one, the Desa farm, was only 5 ringgit entrance fee.
Yeah, it was just 5 ringgit and you had shit tons of things to do.
Right?
Yeah. You could, okay, we didn't stay, but you can actually witness all the milking process, the whatever process. But we managed to feed the cows and also like
The goats.
yeah, the
That
goats.
was so fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the feeding part.
And we could have like gelato and everything. So I just felt like, why were we paying so much for the alpaca one?
Yeah. And like we had pizza. Actually, the pizza was really good because there was no sauce on it. And it was all just their cheese, but the cheese was great.
It was great. Yeah, that was a great
You can
pizza.
really taste the cheese, you know. You can taste their dairy stuff, and the cheese was good. We bought the cheese back to eat at. That night was the best, I tell you. The night we ate the camembert cheese, it sounded like we were both having sex.
Oh my god, we were making
We were just
so much
moaning
sounds,
and like we were saying really questionable stuff. And because I would cut the cheese for Faye, and then I would be like, what
put your finger on here.
Yeah, I would be like, oh, put your finger on it. Because I would cut with the knife and then like, it wasn't a knife, but it was the back of a fork. I cut with the back of a fork. And so obviously cheese will stick to the fork ma. So if I want her to put it on the cracker, she has to use her finger to put it on. So I'd be like, put your fingers on it. You know, we were saying so many questionable things when we were eating the camembert and we were moaning a lot.
Oh my god, I'm still thinking about it. It's so great.
We're gonna have it soon.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yo, I think about that trip a lot. Like, you have no fucking idea.
The Sinalau Bakas.
Oh, the Sinalau
Sinalau
Bakas. Don't even get me
Bakas.
started on
Oh
that shit.
shit.
Yo, we went to this one area, which turns out actually the whole area, the whole roadside sells Sinalau Bakas. But we went to that one particular store that was like famous for it and everything. And like, basically,
Best pork I ever had in my entire life.
honestly though, like, it was like a mix of what? Brisket and suyok.
It was kind of like
So
brisket
good.
because they were cooking it like it was brisket.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they put
brisket
it-
and suyuk.
They put it in some dark sauce. I don't think it's like soy sauce, maybe kicap manis or something, but whatever the fuck it was fucking good lah.
Yes, and when you dip it into the chili, and the chili is a
Yes.
little bit acidic, and it cuts the fat a little.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And you could really do without the rice too.
Yeah.
Like, we got the rice at
so
first, but
good.
actually, like, you know what it would be great with? A beer. Like, oh my fucking god. I can't
You
wait
are
for dry
so
May to be over.
correct.
Yeah, anyway, the point is lah, have Sinal Bakas with beer. And then after this, we went to Mee Tuaran, which was great as well.
Mee
We
Tuaran
were
was so flavorful.
Yeah, we were
Can taste the
super
wok
full.
hei.
Yeah, but honestly, if we had like enough stomach, I'm pretty sure I would fuck up the whole bowl.
Yeah. I feel like it's a little bit like kolong mee too,
Yeah.
but like less of the oily stuff. But I really love kolong mee. I just feel like it's a simple dish, right? It looks simple, but it's so flavorful.
Yeah, dude, it was so good.
I tried raspberries for the first time.
Raspberries, yeah.
Wasn't that great?
I didn't try it. Actually, our Airbnb was like super cool. Like, I really liked our Airbnb.
Yeah, it was nice.
It was like,
I love the heater.
yeah, the heater, like, it was
Touchscreen.
touchscreen. And oh my god, sleeping there was so nice as well.
I know.
I remember like she actually asked me if we could go to the dairy farm the next day, and I was like, I don't know about it. Maybe I'm gonna sleep 11 hours.
Yeah.
And it turns out we only slept for like 7 hours. That was super surprising to me.
Yeah, and then we woke up.
Because for Gunung Datuk we slept super long. Like I slept for like a good.
I slept 20 hours.
I slept 17. Well, anyway, we slept really long, so I thought that was going to be happening the same thing for Kinabalu as well, but we woke up like early.
No lah, but I think because before Kinabalu we slept. Oh wait, sorry, only applies to you.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I was surprised that we slept like we actually woke up at 8, 9.
And then we went.
And the farm started at like 10, 11.
Yeah, we went to the farm and then we got a little pizza.
And you know, right?
Chicken.
The nice part about our Airbnb is that it's literally 10 minutes away from everything.
Yeah.
The farm, this farm, that farm, the whatever store.
Every farm.
It was so convenient to get everywhere.
I loved it. I would go back to the Airbnb.
I would. And they better open that fucking cafe.
Yeah, I'll go back to the Airbnb. Oh, one thing I do have to say is that the coffee in Kundasang isn't great. Steamboat was ass too, but let's put that aside. We would just be eating cheese.
Actually, overall, the food there, the only thing you should do is the cheese lah. Other than that, there's really not much food
The cheese. Yeah, just eat cheese all day.
And yeah, airport time, we had to sit on buggy because ain't no way we had to walk all that stuff.
Yeah, everyone thinks something was wrong with the two of us.
Yeah.
Because it's like not like one person is limping, it's two people limping
and
together.
It's very severe limping to the point we have to hold the railings. Yeah. And every time we went to like the grocery store or whatever, the kids would stare at us.
Yeah, and we would like limp while yelling.
Yeah.
So
while yelling. It's not just limping, we are yelling. It was so fucking funny, man. I was like, what the hell?
Imagine that lah. Imagine that sight. And when we get into the car, right, we have to carry our legs into the car.
Yes! You had a video, right?
I have a video of us carrying our legs into the car.
That was so... Hey, can you show me that video?
You don't have it?
No, did you take a video of me?
Yeah. Anyway, y'all.
That was it, but that was a great time.
Yeah, that sums up our Kinabalu trip. And honestly, I would so do that all over again. Not gonna lie. Remember when we came down, Randy was like, oh, will you guys do it again? And we're like, hell nah. We're here now, like 2 weeks later, saying like, yeah, we're so gonna do that again.
Yeah, but you know what we're gonna do soon?
What? Oh, I know what we're gonna do soon. Do they know what we're gonna do soon?
We're climbing Mount Fuji.
Did you get it? We're climbing Mount Fuji, y'all. And that one compared to what Mount Kinabalu, you said it was a mental health walk.
It is.
I mean,
it's not even a mental health walk. It's just straight up like a baby.
Before that, we're going Doi Inaton.
We're going to Doi Inaton.
Inaton.
In Chiang Mai.
Yeah.
Y'all.
The view of the waterfall is so beautiful. Actually, the thing that sold me was the waterfall, but I don't think we need to miss anything on that trip. I know I removed Doi Inaton to, cater to those two things, but I think we're gonna do all three in a day.
Let's just do that.
I don't give a shit.
Y'all, it only takes 2 hours to summit Doi Internal and go back down.
Yes, and then we can spend like
that's
an
crazy
hour
work
at the waterfall. So 5 hours.
I didn't get it.
It's probably somewhere upper a bit.
We're summiting 3 peaks this year. We only aim for 1, but you know what is what happens when you're overachievers?
Real? Did you get it? It should show up. But yeah, so we are going to 3 mountains.
Yep. So this year, y'all, 3 summits and 3 summits in Asia.
Okay, it's 11/11. Okay,
I didn't receive it.
Wait, I'm restarting my phone. Then anyway, y'all, that's it. That's the end of the episode.
Thank you for watching.
Bye, y'all. See you on the next one. Buy us coffee.
Bye. Buy us coffee. Great stuff.
I would really do it again.
I would.
Serious.
But probably like in like